What's going on, guys? It's Phil here. We just had a little bit of a technical difficulty right there, but we'll get right through that. And welcome to Outside the Brand right here. Uh, Welcome to everybody right here on Outside the Brand. This is a random episode on Thursday, but I wanted to do something out here to get one out to you guys, get some news out to you guys on a Thursday evening. Before we head into Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for joining us right here on your evenings for May 12th, 2022. Of course, I'm your host, Phil, and this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining us right here on your Thursday evenings. We got my boy Nate here. Loth is going to be joining us in just a little bit. Man, how you doing on this fine Thursday evening? What you got going on over there in Milwaukee?
It's hot as crap outside.
Yes.
I got my fan on right now. It's not helping.
It's not helping at all. Me neither.
Yeah, it's just straight humid. Luckily, I'm not sweating like crazy, but it's just humid in my room. Work was okay. Body is in pain. Needs icy hot, but other than that, I'm all right. I'm chilling, playing some 2K right now, and on the podcast with my guy Phil. So yeah.
Nice. Of course, it's always good to be on the podcast here. Now, we were going to talk about that whole Lacey Evans situation, but I think everybody has kind of talked ad nauseum about it. She's just going to be a heel now on Monday Night Raw, and that's just that. We can't really change anything, and it's ridiculous. But what we are here to talk about is the Money in the Bank ladder match and the concept of it changing from what we know from the WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view and the little vignette that they had for the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's going to change, and there's something about the concept that is going to change, and it's not. It's confusing. It's confusing, and we will talk about that on the podcast tonight. And guys, we all know the Roman Reigns situation. We all know what happened for Roman Reigns. He went to a live event that was in, I believe, Trenton, New Jersey. And he said that everything is about to change for his career moving forward. He is not going to be here for much longer, and he is going to step into a new phase of his career. Now it looks like we got some more news on that situation, as the current undisputed WWE Universal Champion could be looking at missing 10 weeks of WWE TV, and that could create a lot of problems, as you all know, Nate. He's the undisputed champion. He has both championships for Raw and SmackDown. Losing 10 weeks of television for a world champion, it's not good. It's not good at all. So we will get right into that right here on Outside the Brand. I want to thank you guys so much once again for joining us right here on your Thursday evenings, wherever you may be. Follow me on social media at PhillyMatt_. That is where you can find me on Twitter and Instagram. And when it comes to TikToks, you guys can go down to the link in the description below. You guys can follow me and the rest of everybody that is here on Wrestle Talk for Outside the Brand. Nate, pretty much everybody that is a part of Outside the Brand is down there in the description for their TikToks. And if you want to just follow along on the journey over there on TikTok, you guys can go do that as well. That's all down in the description. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. We go live pretty much almost every single day of the week. So there's really nothing that you really can't miss when it comes to the latest news and reviews for AEW and WWE. So hit that thumbs up button as well. It all helps out the channel. It helps out me. It helps out you guys. And it's free. It's absolutely free. And, hit that subscribe button down below as well. Hey, that's free too. That's free too. As soon as you make that subscription and click that bell, you'll be notified. And you guys are not going to want to miss another episode of Outside the Brand ever again. Go check out the merch like my man Josh Greer in the live chat is saying.
Phil, we got it today. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
We got
That's
the
right.
backside. We got the OTB for life. You feel me?
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? And then if you don't want, the whole podcast shirt, you know what I'm saying, bonfire.com, check it out. But you know what I'm saying, if you like me and what I do also, you can get the Nate the Great shirt as well. You know what I'm saying?
This man's
Fabric
plugging
is
his own shit in.
fantastic. Yeah,
This man's putting himself over.
yeah, I had to do it, Phil. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I had to
If you're
get the
not gonna
merch
put,
on. I had to get the merch on the podcast to show them what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? The fabric, the material, bro. This is bro. If you a dude out here, bro, this is straight boyfriend material right here, bro. You put this on, instantly a boyfriend right here. You know what I'm saying? Or
look at
or
that.
or if you get it for your girl, that's wifey material. You feel me? So yeah, you know what I'm saying?
We are actually working with Bonfire right now. I'm trying to get another design up there, so hopefully we can get that all squared away, and hopefully we can possibly give that to you guys very, very soon. And it's going to be a lot of fun over there on bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand and its merchandise. 10 likes is the like goal, and that is minimum for the stream tonight. You guys kill it each and every single time, so I am not going to be really worried about that. And this is going to be a special episode of Outside the Brand on your Thursday evening, or pretty much night now. It's 8:30. But grab yourself a cold one if you are of age. Grab yourself a snack, and let's dive in to this situation. We're going to dive right into the Roman Reigns situation here, guys, because this is huge. This is according to Wrestling News, not CO. And yeah, guys, this is not looking good for the state of WWE TV, and it could be looking like Roman Reigns is looking to miss. Oh well, look at that! You're right here on time, man.
It's Kendrick.
I thought you were watching the Heat game.
I'm doing a lot of things right now. A lot of things are happening right now. I'm multitasking right now. Everything's cool. How y'all doing?
What's up, Law?
That's awesome, my man. You only missed the intro. We're gonna get right into the news. We're talking about this Roman Reigns situation first.
Yeah, you missed that already. Already showed
You
off.
You missed the merch, but it's okay. You can just scream it.
Showed off the T-shirt. I do it one more time for Law. You know what I'm saying? Since he's here, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But
there it is.
A lot of merch out here. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
Got the names on the back. You know what I'm saying? So you know it's real. You know it's real.
That's
you know what I'm saying? All the names on the
back. It's
back.
real, authentic, exclusive on bonfire.com.
Like I told the people, Loft, I said, if you put this on, bro, and you a dude, that's boyfriend material right there. You feel that? You know what I'm saying? And then it can go the other way too. You put your girl up in that T-shirt, that's wifey material. You feel me? So go get it.
That's factual information right there.
Nate the promoter out here.
I feel you.
He's putting us over as well as putting himself over when it comes to his designs on bonfire.com. You guys can go over there and get your merchandise today. All right, guys, let's get right into actually, no, before we're gonna get right into the Roman Reigns news, I actually got the ratings for Monday Night Raw this week. And it's a little bit of an increase, but it's still terrible. It's still bad. It's still bad, like it usually is. This week's episode of Monday Night Raw, its ratings did increase according to Brandon Thurston on WrestleNomics, but the episode drew an average of 1.652 million viewers on the USA Network, which is up from 1.581 million viewers from last week. The 18 to 49 demographic saw an average of 0.44, which was up from the 0.38 rating from last week as well. This was a fallout edition of Raw from WrestleMania Backlash, as we all know. Last week was the lowest key demographic rating since January 10th and the lowest viewership since December 27th, 2021. The 18 to 49 demographic saw hour one at a 0.42, then a 0.47 for hour 2, and then a 0.43 on hour 3. The weekly viewership for those 3 hours are as follows: 1.635 at the start of 1 hour so 8 p.m. At 9 p.m., it kind of went up to 1.73, and then at 10 p.m. to 11, down to 1.593 million. They were ranked number 4 in the top 150 on cable of that night, and ranked number 4 last week as well. And then they just list some. Then they list pretty much the entire year of their ratings from 2021 up until now. This is bad, guys. I know I read a lot of numbers to you guys, and you guys are probably kind of as confused as usually I am whenever I'm looking at the ratings. But an average of 1.652 million viewers, that is not good. That is not good at all. And Raw needs to step it up. Otherwise, they're gonna fall quickly again, because it's gonna continue. It's going to continue.
I don't know, man. I mean, you can't force people to watch the show. I don't know how they're gonna get people to watch the show. I feel like the only people who watch it are people who are like set on watching it already. You know what I'm saying? The commercials aren't doing it. I don't know.
Having a 4-minute main event is not going to help you either.
Or here's a thought: let's cut the show's hours. The show is too long. It's 3 hours long.
Exactly. They're never going to do that, though, dude. They're never going to do that, because that extra hour makes them money. It makes them money because of those commercials, and they're never going to change that.
Damn, Pizza Hut commercials? No, I want Pizza Hut.
The Taco Bell commercials?
Yeah.
I'm glad they finally got rid of that one with Doja Cat.
Oh my God, I was just about to say that one. I was like, what was that one with Doja Cat?
Get into it, yeah. That song's kind of hard. I couldn't hear that anymore, though. I couldn't hear that damn song anymore.
Listen, guys, it's a viewership increase, but at the end of the day, a 1.652 million viewers is not good for Monday Night Raw in the slightest. I'm just going to read you the first one. January 4th, 2021 had 2.128 million viewers with a 0.68 key demographic rating. So I don't know what happened on January 4th of last year, but considering from January 4th to now, oh God. I mean, I am looking at this list right now. January 4th is pretty much the highest it's ever been. Otherwise, it's been in the from 1.5s to 1.8s. Okay, well, there's a 2.1 on a 4/4/2022. But yeah, that 5.2 rating, that May 2nd, 2022 rating of 1.581 million viewers, that is pathetic. For Monday Night Raw, that is bad, dude. And
you know what they should do?
I thought Cody Rhodes was going to make this better.
I got an idea. I've been thinking about this for a little bit.
Oh, is it the red ropes?
No, the red rope. You know I'm pushing that.
It is.
Red rope. But if they have to have 3 hours of television on USA Network every Monday, I feel like this was discussed like early this year or early last year. I think I don't know if they still do Raw Talk. I guess they still do it.
Yes, they do on Peacock.
They need to have a kayfabe protected version of like Sports Center on their show. Now, I say kayfabe protected because I want it to be like, you know how like shows like Undisputed when they got Shannon Sharp and Skip, and you have like Stephen A. Smith debating against somebody. They should have shows like that to where you have like Booker T and Stone Cold and Kayla Braxton as like a moderator, or the other girl that whatever Morant, I forget her name is. They should have something like that that's kayfabe protected, that goes like predictions of matches, stuff like that, debates about greatest wrestler of all time. They should have something like that for that third hour of television. So we're not just seeing 3 hours of Raw, and it still feels the obligation, I guess, from USA Network. It's just 3 hours of wrestling is just too much at this point, for me at least. I can't speak for everyone else, but for me, it's bad.
As soon as Raw went to 3 hours, which started on Raw 1000, I believe, I hated it. From the moment that it started being 3 hours, I just despised it, because Raw 1000, guys, we remember how long ago Raw 1000 was. That was like back in, like, what, 2014? Something like that. Like
Raw 1000, I think.
Let me take a look, actually, because Raw 1000, that's when the 3 hours started, if you guys didn't know. 2012. Oh, what's up, Saul?
Saul knows.
Oh,
yeah, Saul knows everything. I shouldn't even have to look things up.
Saul the encyclopedia, man.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that was in 2012. That was 10 years ago, and like,
was that the CM Punk in the that clothesline when he clothesline Rock spot?
Yeah,
because got shot.
Because didn't I think Cena cashed in his Money in the Bank on that Raw 1000, right? That's when all that was happening, and I think Big Show took care of that situation when he got disqualified, and that was the first ever Money in the Bank that lost because of disqualification.
I think so.
And yeah, so there was all of that stuff, and then like just Punk GTS The Rock, right, Soul. So yeah, like I never liked Raw being 3 hours, mainly because that was 10 years ago. I was 14, and I honestly could not stay up until 11 at the age of 14 years old. So I don't know. But something needs to change for Monday Night Raw. I thought Cody was going to make it better. He's not making it worse by any means. It's just what it's usually been. It's just that.
The pacing
I mean, nothing.
Slightly. The pacing is slightly getting better. I will say that.
Yes.
Slightly. They're starting.
And Raw hasn't been as egregious as it usually is.
Yeah.
That's SmackDown's job now.
Unfortunately.
That's SmackDown's job now, and we'll see where SmackDown takes us tomorrow night, along with AEW Rampage. But yeah, guys, it's not looking all that good for Monday Night Raw. We will continue to moderate that as we move on forward into the next few months, heading into the summer. But yeah, well, heading into the summer is practically summer with the way that it's been over here in CT. My God, it's hot and disgusting out today. But guys, it's time to get right down to it. Well, you talked about it on your TikTok video. I made a video right after, or not right after. I did actually make the video right after, but I posted it today. Roman Reigns is missing 10 weeks of television. And this is not good. Nate, you know as well as all of us here, it's not good. This is not this is not a drill, guys, and this is not like legit, and this is not like us saying like, oh my gosh, like this is legitimately happening. Like this is legitimately happening, and he's missing 10 weeks. So we're gonna have to buckle down here and try to figure this out. And this is not due to injury. This is just what he's doing. When you guys first heard this, I mean, what did you think? This is huge.
Oh man. First of all, I didn't know it was 10 weeks until me and Phil talked before the podcast, because I didn't know the details about his contract. I didn't know how long he was supposed to be gone. Now knowing that it's 10 weeks, I say any type of amount of time that Roman Reigns is gone is bad, especially for SmackDown, because I feel like SmackDown without Roman Reigns is just hot garbage. It is trash. And then besides that, um, it was speculation around going that Roman is going to be a part timer, and we all know how we feel about part time champions, especially me. Like that's why I don't like Brock Lesnar because of the part time champion thing. But um, yeah, I just don't like part time wrestlers. Part time wrestlers as far as like championship wise because you don't see the championship on TV, then you like completely forget about like,
Exactly.
yeah, right. The freaking Universal Championship and the WWE Championship. I forgot about that. And I don't know, man. I really don't know. Like I said, it's gonna be tough for WWE. Like I said, they're gonna have to like seriously pull some strings and do something. But yeah, I'm not really too fond of it. But hey, Roman takes some time away, so it is what it is.
That last time Roman was on Raw, I just want to make everybody clear this. That was the second appearance, the second only appearance for him on Monday Night Raw since unifying the titles back at WrestleMania. So he showed up down one Monday Night Raw before because he obviously was just on that. I believe it was like the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania or whatever, and he's just like saying, "Acknowledge me because I'm the double champion." Blah blah blah. But then that last time that he was on Monday Night Raw, that was the second and only second time that he's ever been on Raw since becoming the champion. Other than that, he's been on SmackDown or just not even showing up at all. So, like, at first I was for the championship unification. Now I just want them all for Roman. I don't get it.
Man, I think it's starting to get to a point where they have to make a decision on the future of the championships because obviously Roman can't be in two places at once, but at the same time, there should be no situation to where one person leaves the company and one person takes a break and now the whole show's in shambles. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my main issues about the run of Roman Reigns during the times of like I'll say like 2008, 2007. We had a multitude of superstars. I can't remember the picture, but there was one picture of like all of like the 15 biggest stars in the company, and they're all in the locker room and they're like posing. It was like Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, Cena, all in. You know what I'm saying?
I do remember that picture
Yeah.
you talk about. I just can't figure. I can picture it in my head, but
Yeah.
I just don't have it pulled up.
I about to
Yeah.
say, isn't that the like 2010 roster or something like that?
I think it's one of those years
Yeah.
between 8 or 10.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but we can't do that now because it would be just Roman Reigns standing there by himself in the Usos and pulling
Right.
it. You know what I'm saying? And that's a bad thing because now there's no longer like if you put Roman Reigns in the era, if you put this current version of Roman Reigns into the era of like that 2008 period of time, you could have Cena beat him, Triple H, Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Batista. You know, the list goes on and on and on. Now there's like a list of maybe 3 or 4 superstars that maybe have a glimmer of a chance of beating Roman. And if they do, they're already in a different program. So when Roman does take his break, wherever he decides to do with his break, I hope he does take the time off because he's been working his ass off for.
I actually got the date that is supposedly going to be the start of this. So I'll read that report, but go on ahead.
Yeah, it's just, he's been working for so long. I do want him to take a break. I just want to make sure that when he does take this break, Raw doesn't go back to being what it was in the Thunderdome. SmackDown doesn't get worse than it already is. You know, I think SmackDown's going to take a hit, so they need to figure something out. Like I don't know, drop the championship so we have a world championship on the show, because Ricochet isn't defending the championship in matches that really matter because they don't really care about that. It seems. And
they don't care about the Intercontinental title nor the United States title at this point. And this was Austin Theory. Like,
they're trying to. That made me so mad that one week on Raw when he won the championship and they had that fake ass celebration and everyone come out. That made me so mad because I was like, you guys are making this something that it's not. It didn't even feel. It just felt weird. You know what I'm saying?
It felt disingenuous.
I hate when they do stuff like that because you have these championships who have like such a freaking lineage around them and they just get thrown to the ground for what, because Roman Reigns isn't holding them. You know what I'm saying? So grand scheme of things, they need to work on their stars. They need to work on the people that they have. If Roman was to say, I retired today, you know what I'm saying? Get the people who are NXT and just treading water and are ready to come up. Bring them over and use them as the foundation of your future. This company,
the future is now.
Yeah,
like we're not talking about getting Goldberg back. We're not talking about getting like Stone Cold back for another year or another run in the company. Invest in your future now when you have guys like Carmelo Anthony. Jesus Christ, Carmelo Anthony. Jesus. Imagine if Carmelo Anthony was in WWE. Carmelo Hayes. I tried to say Carmelo Hayes and Carmelo Anthony at the same time. It just came out as Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, Tony D'Angelo. You got guys that you can build around.
That whole
Santos, exactly.
Table. Oh my.
You got guys in NXT 2.0, and I know I don't watch that shitty product anymore, but you got guys. You got guys. Hell, even Grayson Waller. Awesome. I've been praising Grayson Waller ever since I saw him from the beginning, and he's a great person to build around. Not a lot of people like him, but you can't deny the ability of him.
I hate him, but damn, he's good.
So, like, you've got people in NXT 2.0 that you can build around, and the future is now. You got to go for it. But, yeah, guys, we're going to get right into the report here. Cameron Grimes, another person, easily. I like Solo Sikoa. I mean, he's perfect.
Solo is ready. Oh, my God.
For that next generation of the bloodline. I mean, I understand you probably wouldn't want him to join it right now, but he's perfect for that next generation of it. Like,
Solo.
And you're right, man. Like, he is ready. He is prime and ready to go. But here's, like, speaking of Carmelo Hayes for a second, because I think they're still trying to do something with them. Like you keep saying, I think he's one promo away.
He is.
Or like one like breakout match away for him to really get something going. Carmelo, I mean.
Because he's been trying.
And that's no disrespect. I don't want you to think that. Like, there's no disrespect in that at all. Like, I think he's just like one match or one promo away, and he's a megastar right there. You can see it.
I promise you. When I tell us all the time, I came in during the back end of Black and Gold, and I saw him have that match with Adam Cole, and I was like, I don't know what it is about that guy, but he had it. He had it since he got here, and he was just that one promo away. Whatever Trick has to train him, and he just gives him that, and he's fine. He's more than fine. He already has it.
And here's the thing. It's not because of that ruthless aggression line that he dropped. It's not. He just has it, regardless.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that ruthless aggression line probably did help him a bit because that got his attention really high up there from everybody. Mm-hmm. But he already had it from the moment he's walked out into that arena. To confront Adam Cole, one of the faces of NXT for years to come.
Yeah.
And now he's in AEW, but you get what I mean. Like, like the future is now. You got to invest in it.
They gave him like 10 minutes on that match, and it was good.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, we're gonna get right into the wrestling, right into WrestlingNews.co, the report by Andrew Ravens on WrestlingNews.co. Days after Roman Reigns got fans talking about his promo on Saturday's live event from Trenton, New Jersey, where he talked about going into the next phase of his life. It looks like the undisputed WWE Universal Champion is taking a hiatus from appearing on WWE TV and working live events. As previously reported, he recently signed a new deal with WWE with a reduced schedule. Yes, he did. He did, and he did indeed sign a new contract with the WWE. I believe it's like for the next 5 years. Obviously, the money aspect of it did not come out because honestly, that's none of our business, and you know that's his thing. Obviously, it's going to be it's in the millions. We know that for sure. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But the actual money amount did not come out. PW Insider first reported that Reigns was not advertised for any TV events or house shows in July and August. This hiatus, guys, starts after June 24th. That edition of Friday Night SmackDown until Labor Day. And that is 10 weeks. So June 24th. Apparently, the hiatus starts after June 24th edition of SmackDown until Labor Day. That's what it reads right here. Now, it says, however, Reigns is only advertised for Money in the Bank and SummerSlam at this current time. WWE can still pull him from these events, as Brock Lesnar had been advertised for WrestleMania Backlash for weeks, despite WWE never really having plans to use him at that event. Dave Meltzer then talked about the situation on this was on the 10th that this report came out. So Dave Meltzer talked about it on that day's edition of Wrestling Observer Radio. With Reigns being away for 10 weeks, it's possible that he's filming a movie or just needed a break, and there's no word yet on why he's taking time off. Oh, and this is from Dave Meltzer right here. This is a quote. I'm trying to get more information on this, but he was removed from all shows. His last show is June 19th until Labor Day. I don't know what the situation is other than he is scheduled for the 2 pay-per-view shows. All TV, all house shows. Done. I don't know what that is, whether he's doing a movie. Obviously, we already know his schedule going forward after June is going to be cut back anyway, but there will be a period where he won't even be on television because he's been removed from all advertisements, end quote. Meltzer then added, quote again, he's advertised for 2 shows, but I don't know what that means. Reigns then teased on an Instagram video on Monday night that WrestleMania Backlash could have been the last 6-man tag match featuring the entirety of the Bloodline that fans will ever see again. So WrestleMania Backlash could be the final time the Usos and Roman Reigns could be teaming up ever. And that's big. So there's that. I mean, it looks like June 24th is the start of this hiatus until Labor Day. And that is 10 weeks. That is huge. And we're going to have to figure something else out until then. But Nate, mark your calendars, June 24th. That's when this hiatus begins.
All right, I'm going to put it in my phone right now.
I didn't mean actually, but...
okay, never mind.
Well, if you wanted to, you could. I mean, if you really acknowledge the Tribal Chief that much, I mean, you can. But, yeah, man, June 24th, 2022, that is when this hiatus begins.
Man. Yeah. So June 24th until Labor Day. I don't know what the heck WWE is gonna do. Hopefully hopefully he loses the title at Hell in a Cell, because that's the next pay-per-view, and then after that he's gone. So the only thing is, who would you lose it to? Would you lose it to Drew, or how would you do that?
I wanted to get into how we are going to try to get these championships back on television, because this is a big problem and people need to understand that this could be a big problem moving forward. The championships need to be on TV. The WWE Championship does not even exist on Monday Night Raw right now. There is no World Championship on Monday Night Raw. The only championship that technically does exist is the Universal Championship, and even that has not even been really relegated to Friday Night SmackDown over the course of the last few weeks. This is a big problem, that we do not have a championship on Monday Night Raw. Money in the Bank is taking place in front of 50,000 people in Las Vegas. And SummerSlam, as we all know, I believe is in Nashville, Tennessee at Nissan Stadium. Reigns is only advertised for both of those shows. No Raws, no SmackDowns, and no house shows. How am I supposed to get intrigued? How are we supposed to get intrigued for any of these matches that are going to be coming up if there are no World Championships that are going to be defended on these shows up until the point of those two main pay-per-views, Money in the Bank and SummerSlam? I can't get intrigued by that because there's no world title.
Yeah, like, man, like, that kind of it's weird. And then, like, I'm guessing that's probably the reason why they changed the stipulation of the Money in the Bank, quote unquote. I hope it's false, but
and we'll talk about that soon.
Yeah. I hope it's false, but like, I'm pretty sure with Roman's situation, that's probably why they changed the stipulation of Money in the Bank into the WrestleMania thing, which I'm not happy about that either. But yeah, man, yeah, let's just keep on moving. I don't really know what else to say about that.
So point blank, we're just gonna try to get into this as quickly as we possibly can. Point blank, Roman needs to lose these championships, whether that's individually or whether that's no, it has to be individually. Now it can't even be together. You have to lose these championships separately. And I made a video. If you guys saw it, if you guys didn't, go check it out. But I made a plan to get these championships off Roman as fast as we possibly can, because we need to. We need to get these championships off of Roman as fast as we possibly can, and it just needs to happen. So Reigns needs to lose these championships. The Universal Championship to Drew McIntyre. And that happens at Money in the Bank. You do it then. At Money in the Bank. You don't put Drew in Money in the Bank. You don't put him in the Money in the Bank ladder match. You put him in the Universal Championship match at Money in the Bank. He did not get pinned in that 8-man tag. You got a legitimate reason to get him back in there. So get him there. Don't put him inside Hell in a Cell. Don't do anything of that nature. Just get that main event for Hell in a Cell to be RK Bro and Usos, if they're still going to try to do that, and get it over with.
So if you have Drew in the championship match on Money in the Bank, and Roman is supposed to be gone before Money in the Bank, how does that work?
See, that's the freaking problem. We're not going to have Roman on. We're not going to have Roman on the weekly shows in order to get that kind of a build. All right, Loff, glad you joined us once again.
Maybe I could, you know.
I'm trying to wrap around my head around this. So, from what the reports are saying, Loff, Roman Reigns. Imagine if Drew was gone too. Roman Reigns is not going to be on TV on the weekly shows pretty much ever until Money in the Bank, that pay-per-view, and SummerSlam, that pay-per-view. He's only advertised for those events.
Mm-hmm.
So what I proposed was to have Drew McIntyre win the Universal Championship at Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
But how am I supposed to get intrigued with that type of match if there's not going to be any build because Roman's not going to be there?
Exactly. That's it.
Oh, okay. I thought you had more of an elaborate answer. Okay.
No, I have nothing. I'm flabbergasted. I have nothing to say.
Like,
I made a video about this and I said the exact same thing you just said, but just louder and more confusion. Cause I don't know. So
okay. So what I would do is I'd have Roman win. Not Roman. No, Roman's not winning. Yeah, you have Drew beat Roman at Money in the Bank. And then when it comes to the WWE Championship, guys, listen. You're putting that WWE Championship back on Monday Night Raw, and you're going to have him be beaten by Cody Rhodes. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Cody Rhodes, and I know Saul is in here, and I know he's probably pissed off at me, but Cody Rhodes needs to be the one to beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was thinking about him being the Money in the Bank winner, but no, not anymore. You need to have him win against Roman at SummerSlam, period.
Now, who do you have win Money in the Bank?
That's what I would do. Who would I have win Money in the Bank? I got no idea. I thought RK Bro would have been done by now, and we could have had Riddle be something with that.
Mm.
I thought RK Bro would have been done by now. I thought the Street Profits are going to win the championships in my not hometown of Hartford, but I thought they were going to win.
Yeah, I thought they were too. But the thing is that we're still trying to wrap our head around off is that Phil said that June 24th is when Roman is supposed to leave. Roman's not supposed
June
to be
24th
back.
till Labor Day.
Yeah, Roman's not supposed to be back until Labor Day. Labor Day is in September. How is that supposed to work?
It's not.
Because SummerSlam is July 30th.
No, he's booked for SummerSlam.
Oh, he's booked for SummerSlam. Okay.
He's only booked for 2 shows, and those are 2 pay-per-views: Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. That's it. So you have to have those championships so you have to have him lose those championships at those 2 events. You have to.
Yeah.
Once he loses that championship at SummerSlam, the WWE title, go ahead. Take your time off. I don't really think taking the time off is the issue. I think the championships are the issue.
Yeah, most
and what we can do with those titles afterwards.
Most def.
Yeah.
If Roman wants to take time off, fine. Let him. He's carried this company for over 2 years as its champion. Fine. But get the titles off him. That's how I see it, at least. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I see it.
Listen, they have 2 chances at this. And you got to end up, because remember, the draft is going to be after SummerSlam.
Right.
So you have 2 chances to go about this. And they both lead to Drew being one champion and Cody Rhodes being the other. Unfortunately, they both end like that. I say unfortunately only because I feel like Drew McIntyre is starting to trickle into like the boring factor for me. That's probably just me. But
he's not a guy to carry the company with in the next 10 to 15 years. He's not. In my opinion, he's not. He's already gotten that kind of treatment.
I think this version of him is, because if you had like NXT Drew Galloway or Impact Drew Galloway, that version of him I think could. But the happy-go-lucky, I got a sword, Drew McIntyre is not.
No.
It's not doing it, for me at least. I'm so freaking mad. I hope E gets better soon, because if E was here, I would have pushed him at that point instead of Drew. But
that would have been okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, you have people like I just think the championship should go to somebody who really needs to win. Drew McIntyre's been at the top of the mountain. Of course, it was during the pandemic era, so it wasn't in front of fans. But still, he still has that on his
has it on his resume.
Yeah,
he got it there.
That's one of his accolades. So like, I would still give it to somebody from NXT. Because NXT, as corny as NXT is, as weird as NXT is sometimes, somehow, some way, they still find a way to get these amazing superstars on the roster, and they
you got guys there,
you know what I'm saying? So there's no use in having them fight each other on NXT every week when you have them ready to come to the roster and make them. You got a household name right there. Whoever beats him, whoever comes from NXT and beats Roman Reigns, they don't have to go through the whole trials and tribulations of a rookie. They're already there.
Well, I would have loved to see if what you're saying, like, I know what you're saying is true because you watch it and you see like these names on a weekly basis. I would have loved to see like a tournament or a ladder match at like one of their like special like NXT episodes or whatever. Like, winner of this ladder match gets a contract for a championship match at this year's SummerSlam, no matter like, and like it could be like a main title or whatever. And if somebody picked Roman and beat him, you're a made man, and you're automatically called up.
That's it.
You're automatically called up.
They're kind of doing that with the women's breakout tournament now, from what I heard.
I know they're getting a title shot, but I don't think it's for
because from what I heard on the breakout on NXT last week, well, actually this week, they said like they would get a championship opportunity for any championship. And when he said that, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like,
wait, any championship, there's only one title in NXT.
Because right, when I thought about that, I'm like, there's only one championship in NXT besides the women's championship.
Or the tag titles too, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, unless.
But you're not wasting on a tag title match.
Yeah, and I'm like, unless like they go to the main roster, but I'm like, none of these women to me are ready for that yet. At least,
especially the only person I kind of see. Well, here's the thing: I love Nikita, but I don't even think she's kind of ready yet, just yet. I love Nikita. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but she's not ready yet.
Not yet. She will be, but not right now.
Oh, she will be for sure. But that's kind of interesting that you're saying like is for any title, but like, listen, you're not going up against Ronda. You're definitely not going up against Bianca, and you're not going. Well, the only person is Mandy, and for God's sakes, the winner of that tournament needs to beat Mandy Rose, please.
And please,
yes, God,
get her to fuck off my TV.
Please.
She's not good at wrestling.
Please,
she's just pretty.
Please,
I'm sure she's a nice person,
you, but please.
Damn.
So
God,
back to Roman for just a second. What I would do is I would have Drew beat Roman at Money in the Bank. I'd have Cody beat Roman at SummerSlam, and then once you're good with that, you're good to go. I believe the next I think the next UK show is in September. So that UK show, I think it's called like Clash at the Castle or whatever. That's when you get Walter in there and you have Drew versus Walter.
Yeah.
Because people want to see that, and people would love to see that type of matchup. Drew versus Walter for the Universal title at that UK show would be great.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Saul, I don't think you're understanding me. Drew for the Universal title. I'm splitting up the championships again. We're not having the unified titles anymore in my booking. Drew, the Universal Champion. Cody, WWE Champion. That's it. I'm done with the unified titles. I was for it at first, but I'm done now. I don't want it anymore. Ununify them.
My guy D'Angelo said Damian Priest versus Roman.
If anything, that would be Edge. I think I don't think Damien's ready for that spot yet.
Not
Mainly
right.
because he's so young. We gotta get him to that point.
Not right now.
Yeah, let them build up a little bit more.
But if you want to talk about Edge's faction, Rhea Ripley, Miss Money in the Bank, please. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Yes.
I said that. I said,
feel
hey,
you.
I said Rhea Ripley for Money in the Bank, and then I said Cody for Money in the Bank. If they
Or
don't,
just be the one to beat Bianca, or that too. I don't care. Either Money in the Bank or beat Bianca. And I love Bianca. Don't take that as hate for Bianca. I swear to you, Marks. I swear to you. Do not take that as hate for Bianca. I love her. But Rhea, please.
Saul, I see your comment about Sami Zayn winning Money in the Bank. If that happens, what championship do we go for? The Universal or the WWE?
Well, he's technically on SmackDown, so it have to be Universal title, which is Roman regardless. So
You don't want that stress again. He got his ass whipped the first time.
yeah.
Yo, he's gonna run through the crowd again.
Oh god.
All right. I love that we're talking about the other side or Judgment Day now. Tommaso, yes, he should join. If not, Finn Balor, easy. But yeah, this is that's what we're gonna have to deal with now. Roman Reigns being out for 10 weeks, not due to injury. It's just because he's like, yeah, nah, I'm done. I'm gone. I'm like, okay, have a nice day. This is so bad. This is just a terrible time right now, and we're heading into the summer months with potentially no world championships on either brand. That's gonna be. Oh God, we're gonna have to talk about that. But guys, now it's time for another topic at hand. Guys, you see it in the thumbnail. You see Roman not only with the WWE title, but with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Thank you, WWE Supercard, for that render, because that's where I kind of got it from. I love WWE Supercard. I got back into it, and that was a special card for Roman back in, like, I believe that was the 2016 pay-per-view poster. So yeah, this is kind of big news. If you guys did not see Monday Night Raw as well as WrestleMania Backlash, WWE aired a vignette, like the next pay-per-view commercial, and that is for Money in the Bank. The concept is changing, and it's going to have you confused, as I believe most of us are. But yeah, once you heard about this changing of the concept for Money in the Bank, guys, first of all, did you see the commercial? And once you did, if you did, what did you think about it? Because I'm kind of scared for what's to come.
Oh yeah, I saw it. They're basically putting the money. They're turning Money in the Bank into the Royal Rumble, pretty much, just with ladders. That's pretty much what it is now, and I hate it because first of all, as a WWE fan, well, I say a wrestling fan because WWE. Even though I watched WWE all my life, but anyway, as a wrestling fan, WWE fan, I wanted Money in the Bank to go back to WrestleMania because I feel like it had more hype at WrestleMania than as it is as a separate pay-per-view. Second of all, this whole change of the rules now, where if somebody wins the briefcase, they go directly to the main event of WrestleMania. No, it's never like that, bro.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because that's part of the quote.
It's never like that. The point of winning Money in the Bank is you get a championship opportunity at any time, any place. You could shock the world and win a championship. No.
So,
no.
So, Laf, once you saw all of this, because this is absolutely bonkers that WWE aired this without even either looking at it or what have you. Because I don't know if this is Cody Rhodes just being Cody Rhodes and just really kind of amplifying things up to the 10,000th degree, or if he really just if he honestly kind of just forgot the concept and he was just talking about it in this way. But here's the thing: if they knew it was a fuck up on WrestleMania Backlash, they would have been able to change it from Monday Night Raw. So if they aired it on Monday Night Raw in the exact same format, this has to be of some kind of substance.
Or even if it was a mistake, they would have just said, "Hey, cut the camera. Let's retake this shot. You said the wrong thing."
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you know,
they would have definitely been able to change it if they knew it was a fuck up on WrestleMania Backlash to air it the correct way on Monday.
They're about to change it. They're about to change Money in the Bank, and it's about to be disgusting.
So, all right, let's get.
It's going to take the whole Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So here's what's happening, guys. There were major discussions for changing the Money in the Bank concept, and it started at WrestleMania Backlash. WWE aired a promo to hype up this year's Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and Cody Rhodes was used in that video, and he said, and I quote, "One lucky male and female superstar will win a chance to main event WrestleMania," end quote. By that quote alone, it completely changes the concept of Money in the Bank and that ladder match, where you are able to cash in the contract at any time, any place for a world title. That was the concept that we all know and love for years to come, ever since Saul, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Chris Jericho was the one that initiated this ladder match concept, right? It was Chris Jericho.
Indeed.
So Chris Jericho made this entire concept, and now it looks like just by that quote alone, it is now changing. So now, and this is not confirmed by any means because we really don't know the situation at hand, but we really don't have much to go on. So this is kind of what we have to use as our template. Like, now with this being reported, people backstage were even surprised by the ad as much as the fans were. Money in the Bank is a special time for fans because we never know when that special moment could come, when the winner could cash in at any moment, at any time, and automatically get a title shot just by cashing it in. So now, with that being said, it defeats the entire purpose of the Royal Rumble, like Nate, like Loth have mentioned. And the Royal Rumble is where, well, we all know this concept as well. Whoever won the Royal Rumbles got to main event WrestleMania, not Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank is in July, guys. I don't understand. I don't know if you guys remember, but Money in the Bank is in July. You're wasting your Money in the Bank ladder matches for main events of WrestleMania in July when it's in April of next year? How does that work? The Rumble's in January. So what's going to happen with the Rumble?
Oh man.
Triple threat for what, D'Angelo? What's happening?
Yeah, there's man, like it's just
what's happening with the Rumble in January?
I really hope they don't. Yeah, I really hope they don't get rid of the Rumble. But like the thing is that
I really do.
Yeah, I really hope that this was a mess up too, because man, if they change the rules to where you can't cash in until you're in the main event of WrestleMania, that's wild.
So what I also kind of heard from this was I was trying to think in my head because I saw these commercials and I'm like, all right, So they're wasting 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches on main events of WrestleMania. Okay. It is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match just for one championship money main event or both? Because obviously we all know the championships are unified. If it's just for one, I get. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Just bear with me. If it's just for one championship, let's say Riddle, who's on Monday Night Raw, won the Money in the Bank, and he got a chance to main event WrestleMania for the WWE title. Fine. Would the Royal Rumble that next year, in January, go to Friday Night SmackDown, and the winner of that Royal Rumble would get the main event spot for the Universal title, and then the women for whatever championship did not win the Money in the Bank ladder match from that time? Or what? Like, that's kind of like one of the first things that I was thinking of. But at the end of the day, Loft, Nate, this is not good. They need to fix this mistake if it was one. If this was a mistake, they need to fix it.
Yeah, I really don't have nothing else to say. You can go ahead, Loft.
Like, is it for one championship or both?
It's all bad, bro. We don't have much left at this point of like the prime of this company, and everything's gonna change really, really fast. I'm not sure if this is the beginning of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this means that we're gonna like stuff like the Royal Rumble are gonna become like obsolete, but it's just it's gonna get to a point where we're gonna have to evaluate a lot about the future of this company, honestly, and I'm scared.
So yeah, this is absolutely insane. The Royal Rumble could honestly just be done and over with. And that's just an insane sentence to even say. But Dave Meltzer spoke about this on the Wrestling Observer Live and said, quote, the first time I saw that, I just thought, wait a minute. So I asked around, and nobody seemed to know anything. So I didn't really worry about it. But they aired the same promo on Monday, so it's not a mistake. They aired the promo on Raw. Again on Monday, and that's what they said. I know people there that should know, and they didn't even seem to know, and they were just as surprised as we were. I asked WWE for an official statement, and the official statement was that there's no official statement. That right there is troubling to me. The official statement was that there's no official statement. What?
I don't understand.
They're just hiding it. There's no official statement moving on. Like, what? You can't say that. There's no official statement made by WWE, but the ad was what the ad said. So it appears that the winners of both the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder matches are going to get title shots at WrestleMania based on the promotion that is showed and that they put on. I guess maybe the mentality is that it'll enhance the value of Money in the Bank this year and make it even more interesting, even though it'll change the entire concept, end quote. No, in that kind of regard, yes, it is going to be a little bit more intriguing to see what the heck is going to happen, but it changes the entire concept, and I'm not about that at all.
It's too risky for a company like this to be able to try to like pull it off.
Yeah.
And there's a saying: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thank you.
It's not. You don't have to fix this. You don't have to change this.
No.
Wrong. Because say they do something like this and it's different this year, they're going to continue to do it. They're not going to say one off. Once they see that it works, once they find something that they think works, they keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. So then
they keep hitting ourselves in the head until we are blue in the face with it, right?
Yeah.
So like I was saying, I don't know if you were here. I think you were here. You were just muted. When I first initially thought this, I was like, okay, so the winners of Money in the Bank get main event shots at WrestleMania. Is that for one championship or for both? Because let's say Riddle won the Money in the Bank this year. He's on Raw. So that would technically be for the WWE title. I'm still thinking about money. I'm still thinking about the Royal Rumble here. Would the Royal Rumble go to Friday Night SmackDown per se, and whoever wins that gets a main event Universal title match at WrestleMania? Or what? Like, that's kind of what I was thinking. And then the women would be the same thing. Like, let's say if Bayley was on SmackDown now. Bayley wins Money in the Bank. Raw would get the Royal Rumble for the women. Like, that's what I was trying to think of, but I don't think that would be the case. I think that was kind of a logical way, but at the end of the day, the Rumble needs to be the Rumble. And Money in the Bank needs to be Money in the Bank. I don't get it.
I'm sorry. I was screaming. I'm sorry. We just won the Sixers game. We just won. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, congratulations.
Where's Josh at? Josh, the Sixers suck.
Sorry, Josh. Yeah, sorry,
suck.
Josh.
All right, I'm sorry, Phil. Continue.
Sorry, Josh.
So, okay, I'll just explain the concept again. So what I was thinking was, so let's say Riddle won Money in the Bank this year, and I'm going by this concept. He won, essentially, if I'm doing these separate championships again, he won a WWE Championship shot at WrestleMania. Right. So,
okay.
I was thinking, if we're still having the Rumble, is the Rumble just going to go to Friday Night SmackDown, and whoever wins that gets a Universal title shot at WrestleMania?
That would suck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that would be that. That would be terrible. Because there's not enough people to fit 30 spots on Friday Night SmackDown for a Rumble, and then at that point, we're going to have, like, 20 old guys in the Rumble.
Yeah, that would be really
that would be terrible. Like what you said, what's not broke, don't fix. Oh wait, what's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All of this honestly kind of defeats the purpose of the Elimination Chamber too. If you think about it, I mean, Money in the Bank was when you can cash in anytime you want. Royal Rumble, you automatically get a title shot at WrestleMania if you win the Rumble. That Elimination Chamber, whoever did not win the Royal Rumble, let's say Riddle won the Royal Rumble, SmackDown gets the Elimination Chamber, and vice versa. It defeats the purpose of the entire road to WrestleMania. Oh, God.
There's no point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and the fact that the official statement from WWE was that there's no official statement, that worries me to God knows how long, because my God, if they're legitimately just not going to talk about it, oh no, yeah, see. So, Money in the Bank looks like it's changing, not for the better, and it changed the entire concept. I hope WWE knows they screwed up and they're trying to figure out a way to fix this issue with the Royal Rumble, with the Elimination Chamber, and hopefully they ununify these championships. Otherwise, this is going to be disgustingly bad heading into the summer months. And honestly, heading into WrestleMania, depending on who wins Money in the Bank. I mean, If we get a wrong winner for Money in the Bank this year, Nate, we're screwed. We're screwed.
Indeed.
Like I remember when Otis won Money in the Bank. I think we all remember when Otis won Money in the Bank. If somebody like that wins the Money in the Bank this year, we're freaking screwed.
They give it to Veer.
We're freaking screwed if that's the case.
They give it to Veer Mahan. Like,
we're freaking screwed if. Oh God. At this point, Josh, I feel like they've been messed up for quite some time. I feel like WWE has been messed up for quite some time. It's just now people are honestly starting to realize it. Oh God. Oh God. Well, that's it, guys. I mean, that's what we had for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this for what it was. Listen, once Loft gets back up in here, we're gonna end the video because it's kind of all we have prepared for you guys. I did have the whole Lacey Evans situation jotted down, but we talked about that ad nauseum anyway. You know, regardless of the situation, whether Lacey Evans is going to be a heel or a babyface, I don't think this gimmick is really going to get over. It's pretty much her exact same gimmick as she was. She just told us her life story. Like I said, if it is true, it's most likely true. I applaud her for all of the things that she has had to go through, but listen, this is not. No, I don't know. You know what? So now that we mentioned it in the chat, we'll talk about that for just a quick few moments. Kota Ibushi, Nate, I don't know if you knew this or not, but he got fired from New Japan. He got fired. He got fired from New Japan.
Wow.
He got fired from New Japan as of last night. And yeah, I mean, I obviously I don't know New Japan contracts or anything like that. I'm a WWE and AEW guy. I don't know New Japan like that. All I know are some of the wrestlers over there in New Japan, and I know a lot of them are great. Especially Kota Ibushi, I believe. Kota Ibushi was in the first ever Cruiserweight Classic, if I'm not mistaken. No, yeah, he was. But yeah, Kota Ibushi, no longer not in AEW. He's not in AEW. But no longer part of New Japan. He is not in New Japan anymore.
That is wild. Okay. Yeah, I did not know that. Wow.
Got fired as of yesterday. Now, I really don't... I know him, Nate, but I believe he was injured, if I'm not mistaken. And people that know New Japan, please intrigue me in the chat. I believe he was injured. I believe he had he either broke his leg or something. Something had to do with his leg. I believe he had an injury, and there is something about that I believe that's honestly kind of what led to his firing. I think what they really just said is like, all right, you're not recovering as quickly as we kind of need you, so goodbye.
That's messed up. That's messed up. Oh man, wow. Hey, you know what? You're not.
If that is the case, that is terrible.
That's wild. You know what? You're not recovering fast enough. You said you were going to be back in 2 days. It's been 2 hours. You know what? Yep. No.
It's a
you're done.
broken
You're out of here.
leg.
Yeah, nah. Like, man.
It's a broken leg. Like, you're not going to recover quickly. He was going to expose behind the scenes stuff, so he got fired because of that. That's still messed up. I don't care. That's still messed up.
Messed up big time.
Like at the end of the day, Kota Ibushi, wherever he goes, if he can get to the States, that's going to be great because he's going to have a lot of people interested in him. But now, I don't think we're going to be able to see Kota Ibushi at Forbidden Door. Because he got fired from New Japan and it's a New Japan AEW show. So I don't think we're going to have a Kota Ibushi match, which sucks. Because I love Kota.
I was about to say, unless AEW pick him up.
Well, imagine. Then we have Kota Ibushi versus, like, Tanahashi or whatever, and it's just a New Japan AEW thing, but AEW has Kota now, and this is, like, it's going to be insane. Kota Ibushi. I'm telling you right now, though, listen, if WWE ever got his hands on him, he's chasing that 24/7 title within, like, the next 2 weeks.
Indeed.
Because they don't see any value in him. They don't. They didn't see any value in him in the Cruiserweight Classic. Because I think Cedric won that match.
Yeah, Cedric did win that match.
So, I think Kota Ibushi will be fine wherever he lands, whether that be AEW or elsewhere. But yeah, Kota Ibushi no longer a part of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and honestly, that is a big loss. I mean, Kota Ibushi is one of the most loved professional wrestlers over there, and yeah, so it's kind of insane. But he is no longer gone. He was going to expose how they treat their talent. Do they treat their talent poorly over there? Like I said, guys, I'm not really knowledgeable on New Japan stuff. I watch the matches that people recommend to me, and that's it. And really only the matches that are recommended to me through YouTube, through free on YouTube, because I'm not buying New Japan World, and I don't know, and I don't know anything else. So whatever matches they recommend for me on YouTube, I check out. Other than that, I really don't know stuff. I know people there, and I'm pretty sure Nate knows some people there too, but we don't watch it on a week-to-week basis, or whenever they do their shows. I don't know if it's week-to-week.
Yeah.
They did offer him a contract at that time. I do remember that, but I don't think he accepted or what have you, because if he did, then he would have already been chasing the 24/7 title. He can still, that's the thing now, D'Angelo, he can still expose shit. Now that he's fired, he can pretty much say whatever he wants. I mean, if he wants to say stuff, he can. So, I don't know. But it's going to be an insane timing for Kota Ibushi. It's kind of eerie, too, that he got fired right before Forbidden Door. I mean, what's up, Bob? We're talking about our final topic before we get out of here. Saul was the one that actually kind of brought it up. I don't know if you noticed or not, but Kota Ibushi got fired from New Japan.
Hold on.
Oh, uh-oh. I think Lost learning something right now.
Wait a minute.
Oh, okay, well. Let me check something in the group chat. Okay, Fightful, let's go. We're learning something from Fightful about the Kota Ibushi thing. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Yeah. So power harassment within New Japan is what led to Koda's firing. Okay. Interesting. He's got an entire thread. My God. Okay, so Nate, this is kind of interesting here too. It does kind of talk about his injury. So Kikuchi, I have no idea how to say New Japan names, but a higher up in New Japan, let's say, told Ibushi that he needed to be back for Wrestle Kingdom following his shoulder injury. It was a shoulder injury, not a leg, that he suffered at the G1 Climax final. Ibushi reportedly didn't want to wrestle until his shoulder was fully healed, which makes sense. I mean, come on now. So he didn't want to wrestle until he was fully healed. He reportedly told New Japan that he was good to go for the New Japan Cup and was reportedly booked to win the tournament. However, VOW reports the higher up at New Japan, on the advice of a doctor who raised what was described to me as a minor concern, pulled Ibushi from the tour, infuriating Ibushi. End quote. Ibushi has been out of action since he suffered that shoulder injury in the G1 Climax finals against Kazuchika Okada, and is unknown when he will return to the ring. And at that point in time, he was fired from the company. So Okada's fine. It's Ibushi. Kota Ibushi is no longer in New Japan. And that's a big loss. But with harassment from the higher ups there in New Japan, and pretty much them not really taking his shoulder injury as serious as it should be taken, it led to his firing. Now, I don't know what this leads from him. I don't know what this means. Whether he goes to AEW, whether he goes back to WWE, what have you. Or if he's just going to be taking a break. Hopefully, once he gets that shoulder healed, he'll be back. But until then, just got to keep an eye on him. That's all.
Interesting.
Kota Ibushi fired from New Japan.
That's a nut sentence.
Yeah, like it really is, because you would have never thought that.
Yeah.
After he got fired, he talked about more stuff on his Twitter. Yeah, I saw the entire thread, bro. It's in Japanese, but I see the entire thread. He had, all right, let's count how many tweets this is, because this is insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had like 6 tweets. 6 tweets in one thread talking about his firing and kind of what led up to that point. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Some lady just spoke to me in my ear saying that there's a low battery in these things, so I guess we gotta go.
Low battery.
That's exactly the tone. That's exactly the tone, and that is exactly the voice. You legitimately sounded like the lady. Okay.
Charge me, bitch. Now.
Oh God. All right. But that's all we had to talk about anyway, guys. Oh God, I just got the Ravens full schedule release.
Uh-oh.
Did you see the Falcons full schedule release? You guys got a easier schedule than me.
I'm not watching that. I'm not looking at that shit. We're probably gonna see how many games we're losing this year. I'm not looking at that shit.
You guys got an easier schedule than me.
Cap.
Well, from the strength of schedule, you guys are higher up, which is easy to worst.
Oh, well,
we are in the top, the bottom 10 when it comes to tough schedules in the NFL. You guys, I believe, like you're in the top 12.
Wow.
I don't know what number you are, but you guys are at least in the top 12, top 15. And Nate, I don't know about the Packers. I really didn't see it.
It's fine. I'm a football fan, but I'm not like as big of a football fan as I am like a basketball fan. So
actually, no. Let's look this up. So I actually sent it in the chat, but let's take a look at this. Okay, so from top to bottom, Locke, you are the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th schedule in the strength of schedule on for this year. So it looks like you guys have like the 9th easiest schedule in the NFL from what it says. 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. We are the 24th. So the Ravens have the 24th easiest schedule in the NFL. So yeah, out of 32, 24, we got a pretty hard schedule this year. And the Packers, I know you really don't follow them all too much, Nate, but they're number 23. So they're just above me.
Damn.
Well, let's get ready for the season, boys, because we're facing the Titans, Cardinals, and the football. Wait, no, not the football team. They're known as the Commanders now in the preseason. Okay.
Team.
the Redskins.
It's the Commanders now. Oh, first game is against the Jets and then the Dolphins. Okay, all right, nice.
Oh yeah. They got Tyreek Hill now. Yeah, y'all about to get shredded.
It's the Jets and then the Dolphins and then the Patriots in week 3. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 last weeks of the season, right? 5 last weeks of the season. 4 of them are division games. So there we go. 4 of them are division games. And our bye week is week 10. Okay. All right, I get it, lady. We're getting out of here.
You still didn't charge me yet. I just fucking said charge me. You fucking hear me?
We the ones. Have a good night, guys. Take care. And Heat won. That's all that matters at the end of the day. They move on. I believe they move on, right? That was game. That was game 4. That was game 4.
Game 6.
Well, game 6, but they won 4 games.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Reverse. Don't watch.
Oh, by the way, we're out of here. But Grizzlies, great fucking job last night.
That was ridiculous.
Right.
That is nuts. I was like, whoa.
That was without Ja. But I still think we lose the series, though. I do. I think they'll figure out what the fuck happened last night, and the Golden State will win next week.
Man, also shout out to the Bucks. I didn't think that the Bucks was gonna win last night, but freaking Drew Holiday, man, it is holiday season out here in these streets, bro. This dude is a freaking
We'll see you
god.
soon. We'll see you soon.
I'm going to the game tomorrow. So, I'm going to watch the game tomorrow downtown. So, yeah, man.
So if any of you guys were going to be tuning in on to Nate's stream, go to off real quick, or if he's even live streaming anymore. Not even on Twitch.
Oh yeah,
because-
they let me out, bro.
Oh, they let you out.
They let
I
me out.
thought it was for 5 months.
Me too. Oh, I'm getting phone calls. I'm getting. Oh god.
It's probably Josh.
I love y'all. Y'all be safe. I got. Shit.
I bet it's about to heat. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night, guys. And yeah, man, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I did it, lady, for Friday Night SmackDown and AEW Rampage. We'll talk to you guys then. Oh wait, by the way, actually no, not AEW Rampage. I'm gonna be watching AEW Rampage because it's at 5:30 again, but no review. So it's going to be just SmackDown.
Again?
It's at 5:30 again because of the goddamn playoffs.
God dang it, bro.
It's the goddamn playoffs. I can't do anything about it.
NHL, man. The freaking NHL playoffs, bro. Nobody watches hockey. Like, bro. Come on, man.
By the way, what CM Punk did on Wednesday night when he showed up in an Islanders jersey, team captain of the Islanders that now plays for the Maple Leafs. Punk is the greatest heel of all time, especially in Long Island. That shit was phenomenal. All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care. We the ones, and we will talk to you later. Have a good night, guys. Peace.